I'd like to call the order of the Township of Harrison Township Committee Work Session, February 2nd, 2026. Call to order at 7 p.m. Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Here.
Committeewoman Powell? Here. Committeeman French?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Here.
Mayor Wingy?
Here.
In compliance with Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of 1975, notice of this meeting was given by way of annual notice filed with the South Jersey Times and posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building on January 5th, 2026.
If you could please stand for and take a moment of recognition for Peter Farr, followed by the next. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, just want to welcome everybody here tonight. It's a pretty exciting night for Harrison Township and the Harrison Township Police Department. Our police department is growing and expanding. Chief, at this time, let's say a couple words.
First, let me open up with tonight. We have a special guest, a newly minted civilian. Captain Adam McAvoy retired on February 1st after a distinguished 25-year career with the department. I would personally like to thank him for his service to the township and to the PD. In May of 2000, Captain McAvoy graduated from the Cape May County Police Academy. He worked for North Wildwood from May to August of 2000. In December of 2000, he was hired here as a part-time SLEO 2 officer and promoted to full-time as a patrolman in October of 2001. In 2013, he was assigned as an investigator and then promoted to detective in February of 2016, promoted to detective sergeant April of 2020, and in January 2021, when there was another big changeover in the police department, Captain McAvoy was promoted to his final position as captain, and on February 1st he retired. So I'd just like to congratulate Captain McAvoy and thank him for all of his service. That being said, I know you're going to do the order. I have a list of civilian batting shots for getting promoted into all ones.
Yeah, we're just going to do individual.
All right, so the first one. So our first promotion tonight, we're going to be promoting Lieutenant David Marrow is going to get promoted to captain. Lieutenant Marrow attended and graduated Gloucester County Police Academy as an orderly route candidate in July of 2002. In June of 2003, he became a patrolman with the Harrison Township Police Department. 2013, he was promoted to sergeant and took care of, had a patrol platoon, supervising a patrol platoon of 4 officers. And then in January 2021, again, Lieutenant Marrow got promoted to his position of lieutenant, where he was the administrative commander of the police department, dealing with accreditation and records and OPRA and all the fun stuff that we do that doesn't really get seen all the time. So with that, we'd like to promote Lieutenant Marrow to captain.
Resolution number 47-2026, resolution of the Mayor and Committee of the Township of Harrison, authorizing the promotion of Lieutenant David Marrow to the rank of Captain of the Harrison Township Police Department.
Could I get a motion and a second to approve resolution number 47, 2026?
Motion to approve resolution number 47, 2026.
Second.
Wow.
Third, fourth. Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell? Yes. Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Moore? No, sorry. Deputy Mayor Coakley. It just rolls off the tongue. Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Wingy?
Yes.
Sergeant Kirk Plugfelder will be promoted to lieutenant. And all these promotions came after an arduous testing process, and there was a lot of work that went into it by each and every one of these officers. I'd like to commend every officer that took part in that process, and every officer that's getting promoted tonight for being involved in this process, and everybody wanting to step up and take leadership roles here. So back to Sergeant Plugfelder, graduated Cape May County Police Academy in June of 2010 and began his career with the North Wildwood Police Department. In April of 2012, he was hired as a part-time SLEO 2 by the Harrison Township Police Department. Was promoted to patrolman in July of 2012, to corporal in April of 2020, sergeant in March of 2021, and tonight we'd like to promote him to lieutenant.
Resolution number 48-2026, resolution of the mayor and committee of the township of Harrison authorizing the promotion of Sergeant Kirk Plugfelder to the rank of lieutenant of the Harrison Township Police Department.
Could I get a motion and a second to approve resolution number 48-2026?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Copley?
Yes.
Mayor Winkie?
Yes. Okay, Bible, raise your right hand, please. Repeat after me. I, Kirk Plugfelder. I, Kirk Plugfelder. Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear
That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of lieutenant
perform all the duties of lieutenant
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability,
And that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
And I will bear true faith and allegiance
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and the governments established
to the same governments established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people,
So help me God.
so help me God.
Next up, we have Corporal Kevin Gowan. Corporal Gowan graduated Cape May County Police Academy in May of 2012 and worked as a SLEO 2 in North Wildwood PD in 2012. He also worked as a SLEO 2 for Magnolia PD from September 2012 to February 2014 before joining the Harrison Township Police Department as a SLEO 2 in October of 2014. In August of 2015, he was promoted to patrolman, and in June of 2021, he was promoted to corporal. Tonight, we'll be promoting Corporal Gowan to the rank of sergeant.
Resolution number 49-2026, resolution of the mayor and committee of the township of Harrison authorizing the promotion of Corporal Kevin McGowan to the rank of sergeant of the Harrison Township Police Department.
My motion and second to approve resolution number 49-2026.
Motion to approve resolution number 49-2026.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Copley?
Yes.
Mayor Winkie?
Yes. Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, Kevin McGowan.
I, Kevin McGowan,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of office of sergeant
perform all the duties of office of sergeant
Next up, we have Patrolman Caitlin Mackin. In July of 2017, Patrolman Mackin was hired as a recruit officer by the Harrison Township Police Department. She attended the Gloucester County Police Academy and graduated in December of 2017. And in December of 2017, she started her career here as a patrolman. Also working as a school resource officer was the first year we expanded our school officers, so she worked in a Harrison Township school. So tonight, we would like to promote Patrolman Mackin to the rank of corporal.
Resolution number 50-2025-26, resolution of the mayor and committee of the Township of Harrison authorizing the promotion of Patrolman Caitlin Mackin to the rank of corporal of the Harrison Township Police Department.
May I get a motion and a second to approve resolution number 50, 2026?
Make a motion to approve resolution number 50-2025.
2026, sorry.
Second.
Roll call?
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Copley?
Yes.
Mayor Whitty?
Yes.
I, Caitlin Mackin,
I, Caitlin Mackin,
do solemnly swear
solemnly swear
I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the office of corporal
perform all the duties of the office of corporal
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
and I will support the Constitution of the United States
and support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the same and the governments established
to the same and governments established
in the United States and in this state,
in the United States and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
All right, that brings us to our final promotion this evening. Certainly, last but certainly not least, SLEO 2, part-time officer SLEO 2 James O'Donnell, was a recruit officer by the Harrison Township PD in July of 2024. Attended and graduated the Gloucester County Police Academy in December of 2024 and has been working as a SLEO 2 part-time officer with the department since then. And tonight we'd like to promote him to a full-time patrolman.
Resolution number 51-2026, resolution of the mayor and committee of the Township of Harrison authorizing the promotion of SLEO to James O'Donnell to the rank of patrolman of the Harrison Township Police Department.
May I get a motion and a second to approve resolution number 51, 2026?
Motion to approve resolution 51, 2026.
Roll call? Roll call? Sorry.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Copley?
Yes.
Mayor Whitty?
Yes.
Raise your right hand, repeat after me. I, James O'Donnell,
I, James O'Donnell,
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
do solemnly swear that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the office of patrolman
perform all
So congratulations once again to all the officers on the promotions. And at this time, we are going to take a 5 to 10 intermission here for pictures with family, and we'll proceed with the rest of our meeting. If I could get a motion in a second to go to an intermission.
Motion to go to intermission.
All in favor?
Aye.
Could I get a motion in a second to come out of intermission?
Motion to come out of intermission.
All in favor? Can I get a motion in a second to privilege for the floor for agenda matters only in part 1 of our meeting?
Motion to open to the floor for agenda matters only.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Open to the floor on agenda matters only of the first part of the meeting. Mr. White?
Bill White, 101 Amber Court. An easy question. I see the sunset of the idea board is on the agenda for this evening. I'd like to know what the reason is. Is it lack of interest on the part of the subgroup? Is it cost avoidance, which I always love? Is it governmental pressure because you won't fund anybody that has a school or an organization that has a DEI? Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, can I get a motion in a second to close the public?
Motion to close the public session.
Second.
Payment, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Payment of bills, anybody have any comments, questions, or concerns? Do you want to get to the? Yep. Can I get a motion and a second to payment of the bills?
Motion to pay the bills. Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Diggs?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Wingy?
Yes. Ordinances and resolutions, please, Julie.
Ordinance number 1-2026, ordinance of the mayor and committee, the township of Harrison, authorizing a second lease amendment with the Harrison Township Historical Society for certain municipal property located at the junction of Woodstown Road and South Main Street, Block 70, Lot 1 of the township of Harrison. First reading, January 20th, 2026, public hearing February 2nd, 2026.
This ordinance right here is to extend the lease to an additional 25 years, correct, Brian?
Yes.
For Old Town Hall. Can I get a motion and a second to go to the public?
Motion to the public.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Open to the public for ordinance number 1-2026. Seeing none, can I get a motion and a second to close to the public?
Motion closed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any comments, questions, or concerns from the board? Can I get a motion to adopt ordinance number 1-2026?
Motion to adopt ordinance number 01-2026. Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Diggs?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Wingy?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2-2026, an ordinance of the mayor committee of the township of Harrison, repealing chapter 32 entitled Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity Advisory Board of the Code of the Township of Harrison. First reading, January 2nd, 2026, public hearing February 2nd, 2026.
This particular ordinance has to do with the idea board. Last year, myself and that time Committeeman French sat on the idea board as liaisons. There was.
I was.
I'm sorry, I was on the idea board. Out of the 10 meetings there was 3, possibly 4 meetings, I believe, Brian, right for your record, that did not have quorum. The board did switch chairs at the end of the year. The last 3 meetings in a row, none of them had quorum. So I did talk to Mizuba about this. She did feel that they would have a little bit more leeway, not being actually an entity of Harrison Township, and doing like their own thing as a club. The marketing aspect of things, through the Facebook page would still be active to them. It was just a better route to go on all sides. So can I get a motion and a second to go to public for ordinance number 2-2026?
I'll make,
Motion.
I'll make a motion to open to the public. Ordinance 2026.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Open to the public for 2026? Seeing none, can I get a motion to close the public?
Motion closed to the public?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Back to the board, any comments, questions, or concerns? Can I get a motion to adopt ordinance number 2, 2026?
Motion to adopt ordinance number 02-2026.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Winkie?
Yes.
Ordinance number 3-2026, ordinance of the mayor and committee of the township of Harrison to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank for the calendar year 2026. First reading, February 2nd, 2026, public hearing, February 17th, 2026.
Dennis, you want to speak briefly just on this? I know it's just an introduction, just to give a little background on it.
Yeah, so this is something that we do every year, talking with our CFO, Sean. It actually got raised this year, from 1% to 2%. Something that probably should have been done a long time ago. But it just helps us, with our, increase in budgets and managing, statutory increases or increases that we really have no control over, so, just gives us a little bit more breathing room. As I said, it used to be 1%, we got raised to 2%.
Can I get a motion to introduce ordinance number 3, 2026?
Motion to introduce ordinance 03-2026.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Winkie?
Yes.
Resolution number 52-2026, resolution of the mayor and committee of the township of Harrison authorizing partial waiver of construction permit fees for a disabled veteran homeowner relating to improvements to 459 Clem's Run, block 12, lot 7.
Can I get a motion and a second to approve resolution number 52, 2026?
Motion to approve resolution 52, 2026.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Winkie?
Yes, and thank you for your service.
Resolution number 53-2026, resolution of the mayor and committee of the township of Harrison reviewing and approving the Harrison Township Fire Commissioner salary for 2026.
Can I get a motion to approve resolution number 53, 2026, please?
Make a motion to approve resolution number 53-2026.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell?
Yes.
Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Winkie?
Yes.
Resolution number 54-2026, resolution of the mayor and committee of the township of Harrison authorizing submittal of a grant application to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for fiscal year 2026 local recreation improvement grant program for Ella Harris Park accessibility improvements to the New Jersey Department of Community Affairs for fiscal year 2026 New Jersey DCA local recreation improvement grant program.
Brian, just, this is about the one that we discussed in the Little League, which is outside of that.
No, this is why we can't do Little League,
Of
because
this.
this is that grant,
Okay.
which I will respond to that this week. So this is an expansion of some improvements we've been doing in Ella Harris Park. Years ago, we got a grant for, a new play area, inclusive play area, surfacing, and some amenities, and included in that is some, access pathways, meandering through the upper park. I believe this grant and Elise and Sharon and Dennis McNulty have been working on this to try to get this, submitted by the 13th, I believe, for, more pathways, I believe, making the upper bathrooms ADA compliant, and what else was included?
So it's just the pathways from the lower part, the concession stand, up to the upper part, and then through to the bathrooms, to the parking lot, so that from all aspects it's accessible.
Is this a matching grant?
So this is a matching grant, I think the match went up to 50% of whatever the grant award is. So, I gave them some bumpers, I said that we could, do the matching, would've been great if it was still at 25, but we'll see, and it feels like we have a pretty good shot at getting the grant. Army's pretty good at writing applications, so, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Can I get a motion second to approve resolution number 54, 2026?
Motion to approve resolution 54, 2026.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Deeks?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell? Yes. Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Whitney?
Yes.
Resolution number 55-2026, resolution by the Township Committee of the Township of Harrison, authorizing transfers of certain 2025 budget appropriations.
This resolution is as pertaining to some house cleaning items budgetarily. Can I get a motion to approve resolution number 55, 2026?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution number 55-2026.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell? Yes. Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Whitney?
Yes. Thank you, Julie. Township Administrator's report.
Really, the only thing I have is I have a request from one of our employees, Anita McCann. She's a technical assistant for our construction department. She is asking, and this is procedural for our employees handbook, to take outside employment after hours 2 nights a week with South Harrison. They're in need of a part-time technical assistant. 2 nights a week, it's not gonna interfere with any of her duties here or any of the nights that she needs to do. She does, reservation secretary. I think one night they might work late hours, so, yeah, I have no issue.
Okay. Could I get a motion and a second to approve Anita McCann to have outside work after hours that will not affect her daily duties here in Harrison Township?
Motion to approve Ms. Anita McCann taking on 2 additional nights per week of work for South Harrison.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeeman Jakes?
Yes.
Committeewoman Powell? Yes. Committeeman French?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Coakley?
Yes.
Mayor Whitney?
Yes.
Just an update, we have a meeting, with our insurance broker on Thursday, with all the township employees, that can make it, hopefully that is, most of them, and also the retirees, to discuss, the benefits options that we have with our transition out of the state health plan benefit program. We have, once we make the decision, there's a 60-day lead time to come out of the state. So, after this meeting on Thursday, and we explain everything to, the employees, at our next meeting, we would, pass that resolution, withdraw from state health benefits, and then there's a 60-day clock. So our target is the May 1st changeover. We had, as I spoke of before, we had several proposals. Right now, we are leaning towards the New Jersey Solutions Health Insurance Fund at a 6.5% increase over the 2025 rate, which is almost 5% better than the other 2 options. The nice thing about this is it's the carrier or the provider is New Jersey Horizon Direct, which some of us here in the town have. I know I have it, but their plans kind of mirror what Aetna provides through the state, which is what probably the majority of the people here in the township have. So that being said, it should be fairly painless. Actually, should be totally painless because they're basically the same things that are offered to us right now. They'll hold the rate. The difference between them and the other 2 proposals that we got from the carriers is that they'll hold this rate until the end of this year, whereas the other carriers, AmeriHealth was one of them, and the South Jersey Health Insurance Fund was the other one, would have held the rate until sometime early 2026. percentage that we're saving, I think this is the best option. They're all gonna go up, probably, there's just no doubt about that. Whether it's with a HIF, or a private carrier, or AmeriHealth, whatever it may be, they're all gonna go up. But the idea with the health insurance funds and a more reputable carrier like AmeriHealth is that they go up at a more stable increase year after year after year. You know, it might be 5% a year, but like last year it was 17% in the state. This year, almost 18%. This year it's almost 37%. And there's really no end in sight as to what 2027 will be. We've heard it's gonna be a similar increase as this year. So it's just, we have to make this work.
Yeah.
You know, obviously where the savings are is great. So we're trying to get the most savings and offer, and it's an equal to or better situation.
Yeah, and it's better than the 36% increase in the state.
So that's where we are with that. Once we get some comfort level with everybody and employees get a chance to ask whatever questions they need to ask, we'll be moving forward with that process.
I do want to say thank you to you and your guys. I know Facebook wasn't friendly, but I know personally how hard that swim was. I was out for 4 or 5 days myself. Usually when it snows, we get above freezing temperatures and good sunlight the next couple of days and it melts everything away. But for 2 weeks of below freezing, hit or miss of sun, and the soldiers of short, you guys were phenomenal. So keep up whatever they're doing. You know, that was a storm that we haven't seen in 14, 15 years.
Yeah, just a couple things, you know, so it was just a bad situation all the way around. And for what it's worth, we're in any different position than any other town around us. Nashua,
Yeah.
Washington Township, Monroe, all dealt with the same thing. Some of their roads are still snow covered. The way the storm progressed, as quickly as the precipitation fell, and then we got the 3 or 4 inches of sleet on top of it, and then it tightened up. When we had to leave, 11, 12 o'clock Sunday night, after the guys had already worked 17 hours, legally we're only allowed to work them 14 hours per shift. We really thought we were in better shape than we were. Had a couple new guys plowing, some stuff got missed, we're not plowed completely. Spicer Estates being one of them. We're gonna break off. But you know, it's just, like, as you said, it was the worst real event that we've had in 10 years, and it became really obvious to us how much the town is outgrowing our park.
Yeah, it's
You know,
I know we were down the blacktop on all of our lots by 3 o'clock. It wasn't straight. We're going home early tonight. Well, 3 days later, we're still out there, and it's just the preservation of salt, because the shortage is a real thing that's out there. I know our barge isn't coming until halfway through February. I don't know what you.
yeah, we were told that we had over 100 tons on order. We got 3 of our 5 loads and they cut us off.
Yeah.
Thursday, they sent us an email, said that and the states and the counties always take precedent over the towns and the private contractors, that the river's frozen, they can't get the barges up any further. They expect that it would probably be 3 weeks before they start processing orders again, so I don't even know if we're getting the rest of our shipment that we previously ordered. That being said, you know, thank God we dodged the bullet this last weekend, because that would have been a nightmare. But we really need to conserve our salt and decide, you know, what events really warrant it. For anybody that thought we weren't out doing stuff last week, we were, but salt stops working at 23 degrees. So we had like a 3 or 4 hour window in the middle of the day with the sun being out that we could try to get something done. Now, today was great. Tomorrow is gonna be great. I would expect that all the roads will be pretty much black by tomorrow. Piles of snow, we're getting another cold spell, we're gonna be around for a while, but after that shot.
They were doing a great job with
that are still half a lane, one lane. So, you know, everybody was just, we knew it was coming, but it would have been a totally different scenario if it didn't change the sleep.
It was the length of sleep that was coming down for 8 hours.
Yeah, that was crazy. So, that's my thing, that's what I have to say, and
We'll let
can't make
Facebook
everybody
be.
happy.
All right. Thank you, Dennis. Unfinished business? Seeing none. On to new business. The recreation is here to give a presentation of their 2025 achievements and discussion of the 2026 goals. Floor is yours.
Thank you so much for inviting us. Thank you to Deputy Mayor Coakley and Committeewoman Powell for having us do this and bring it here. So, recreation, as you all know, or HT Rec, as we kind of call ourselves, we are committed to enhancing our community. I'm Elise Dvorak. I am the Recreation Chair of Harrison Township Recreation, and this is Meg Epler. She is the Vice Chair. So Harrison Township Recreation is made up of volunteers, and we do have one person who works in the office for the township. But we're committed to enhancing the Harrison Township community by providing activities and events for families, for kids, for over 55. We want to basically touch upon everybody, all of the members of our community. And we were able to accomplish this through aggressive fundraising and sponsorships, and we do not take monies from the tax from our budget. So all the money that, for all the events that we do, comes through our fundraising, donations, and sponsorships. We're the prime players along with our public works team that we couldn't manage this without, in planning and executing large events like the Gloucester County Best event, Lights on Main, and Harrison Township Day and how that has grown. But there's also lots more during the year. The other thing is that we, in 2025, really wanted to center on improving the residents' experience in our parks, their aesthetics, and making that just a better experience overall. So in 2025, focusing our efforts on the park aesthetics and usability, we completed various projects. So at Ella Harris Park, we have a brand new mural on the restroom wall that was there that we were able to do with the Clearview National Art Society. So we brought them in. We have the shade structures on top of the chess park, the playground equipment and the play surface that was installed for the inclusive playground, which was part of from the grant that Dennis had spoken of earlier, and a shade structure over those tables, trying to just make it more usable for everyone. We have a little free library. We upgraded that, and we've got new signage for our park trails for how far you're walking, so that everything looks a little bit better. William Wilt, we were able to do the little free library and new signage for the park trails and field layouts there as well. And at Pleasant Valley Park, we also put in a little free library. In addition to that, we continue to, what we feel exceeded expectations and trying to plan and execute our calendar of events, which we were able to give free events to our community in the Easter egg hunt, Harrison Township Day, a Cinco de Mayo celebration for the seniors, movies in the park, the Boogie Walk Halloween celebration, and Lights on Main. We provided low-cost summer camps to residents and outside the residents, recreational activity programs, swimming, tennis, pickleball throughout the year for families. So we're very proud that we were able to do so much for everyone, and the work continues. Meg is going to let you know about this year and what we're up to.
Hi everybody, I'm Meg Epler. These are our 2026 events and projects. So in addition to everything that Elise just said, we're doing all of those things again in 2026, but we are including a designer bag bingo event and working with the local exchange club to make that happen next month. We are also trying really, really hard to create some sort of shade at William Wilt. You all know that in the summertime, that park is so hot. There are very few shade opportunities. And we do have that unused concrete surface there. So we have put out some bids and gotten some traction on potentially covering at least half of that pavilion, which would create so many more opportunities in partnering with soccer, but also for our summer camps. We'd love to work again with the Clearview Shop to have picnic tables made like they did here for Ella Harris many years ago. Dennis talked a little bit about the walking path extension at Ella Harris, making the ADA playground and bathroom more accessible to everyone, both children with disabilities and parents with disabilities. We're also looking to add a mural. When you take a stroll around William Wilt, you'll notice there's a big retaining wall in the back left corner. We'd love to get sort of a sports themed mural put up on that wall this year. We had talked about it last year, so that's a carryover from 2025. And then finally, we would, at William Wilt, like to replace the play surface under the playgrounds with something softer, healthier, etc. It's currently rubber mulch, so we'd like something more like the pour and play at our new playground here at Ella Harris.
We're definitely looking forward to seeing, you guys had a great year last year, very successful, and then you're doing the events still on top of everything doing the park, so it's, I'm glad you have all the time on your hands, to be honest with you, but no, we're definitely looking forward to everything you get done in 2026, and as always, anytime you need anything, we're here.
Thank you.
Any other new business? Seeing none, privilege to the floor. Before we do go to the floor tonight, just to refresh the rules, we do have Mr. Clock that is over here now. That is 3 minutes on the spot. And then when you come up to the podium, name and address, and then we'll go through all the questions, and then we'll answer from there. So I get a motion, second, open to the floor, please.
Motion to open to the floor.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
When's the clock start?
Yeah, 15.
Your butt needs a seat.
Yeah. Who hits the button?
There you go.
Oh my God, it's great. Greg Marcolongo, 401 Station Court. I just came to, as well tonight to support the recreation staff. I am an alternate 4 on the board. I think more importantly than that we need all of your support, I need the community support as well. I don't know if you all know this, if the public doesn't know it. There's only about 15 people that volunteer to do all these events. If you think Lights on Main, there's 15 people, and me and my wife are elves, so I'm doing that, so I can't help out move trash cans and things like that. So we need, I don't know how we can get more people to volunteer, beg, steal, in order to get more people to come out, especially, I don't want to sound sexist, but we need more men. We had to cut the amount of movies that we're having this summer from 4 to 2. There's only 4 men on the board, and my back is no longer a man. The man's back, and I'll have an old man's back. And that screen is 500 pounds, that screen. And for me to try to lift that thing up, I blew it out last summer one time, trying to get ready for it. So we need men to volunteer to come up. So we had to, and it was just the 4 of us always doing the movies. And so 4 nights during the summer, all of us, I keep pointing my 4 comrades to do that. We need more people to volunteer, to get involved. How to do it, I don't know. I mean, I'll dress up like the elf again. You can put me on saying, if you don't want to see me be the elf next year, we need someone younger to do it, someone and fit her in that costume. My wife did buy me a heated desk for next Lights on Main. I'll never for that. So that's all. Thank you much to the rec team leadership, and thank you very much.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Evening Council, Paul Crew, 103 Whiteout Trail. I'm first going to speak in my capacity as Vice Chairman of the EDC, where we've organized into subcommittees with pointed tasks. We've completed the webpage site map, which the outline of which is going to be submitted to you all for review and then activation using the Township's webmaster to bring that into fruition. We made contact with the Pittman EDC, and Mayor will be in attendance of their February 19th meeting. We also made contact with the Gloucester County Chamber of Commerce and are scheduled to be at their meeting this Thursday. We're also going to be attending the Harrison Township committees, beginning with the Joint Land Use Board and the Mullica Hill Business Association.
I'm so
Just
sorry.
ignore that.
Continue, sir.
I'm sorry, we were having
Technical difficulties, no worries. That wraps up the high level tasks that we've been working on since we brought the EDC to fruition late last year.
Yes.
Okay, just to make it clear, I'm now no longer in the capacity of Vice Chairman of the EDC. I am a private citizen, Paul Krug. I first have to comment on Mr. Clock, not only because of the technical difficulties, but I came from a township prior to Harrison Township where there was a clock. Let's just say the township committee was very one-sided, and I watched as the clock was reduced on the citizens from 7 minutes to 5 minutes to 3 minutes. And they had a very similar structure to now what we have reverted to, where a question was asked, citizen would go sit down, may or may not get a sufficient answer to their question, and the meeting moves on. So for me, I'm dismayed to see the clock. I'm also dismayed that we reverted to citizen asking a question of council, then retracting themselves, being seated, and then potentially getting or not getting an answer. I've made the point before that the dialogue between us I have found very productive. I hope that you found it productive as well, and I get a lot more out of that dialogue because it allows us to have a back and forth and help me garner a better understanding of the situation. So, needless to say, I'm neither a fan of either of the recent, I guess, policies put in place. I just feel like it closes off productive dialogue. So my request to council is, one of the things I very much enjoyed when I got here was that it felt like an open, honest, and transparent conversation. I would like to go back to the way things were when I came here and last year. The other thing I wanted to speak about tonight is, I think I may have missed this meeting back in January, but there was coverage on the front page of the Mullica Hill Sun. I believe it was from, let's call it the January 10th through 20th timeframe, where it talked about this being the year of the employee, while also stating that there was going to be relief for the taxpayer, the property owner. And I find that difficult to reconcile, because the most expensive line item, I think we all know, is personnel. That's what drives up the budget the most over the mid to long term. And so, is the priority to reduce the tax burden on the taxpayer, the property owner, or is it to expand the services and the personnel in the township? I'm not sure that both can be tackled at the same time, given the extraordinary expense of each person added to the payroll. Thank you.
Anybody else?
You all know me.
You got 3 minutes, Pat.
No, you got 3 minutes.
Okay, I'll make it quick.
Take your time.
Pat
Take your time.
Nuez, 787 Chicory Trail. I'd like to know how long and who pays for all the Christmas lights that are through the town, and they seem to stay up till near February, and who pays for all this electricity? Okay, that's it.
First, I'd like to say, I don't know if you can hear me, I'm disappointed to hear that there was negative traction about the Public Works Department. You know, I guess that's part of what goes with what you guys do, is that, you know, you get the complaints, not, you know, the recognition of the hard work. So I'd just like to say thank you. I know that was a really difficult storm. And then also congratulations to the rec committee. Oh my God, I couldn't believe all the things I was hearing. That was awesome. It was very inspiring.
We'll take it anytime you want help.
And then finally, I just wanted to maybe seek some clarification on kind of the role of the township in terms of like federal immigrations officers, if you know, irrespective of like sanctuary state policies, if law enforcement here does any arrests or any detainment, just in terms of immigration status, and also, I guess I was curious if the township allows any access to municipal facilities, property, equipment, or databases without a properly issued judicial warrant to any of these federal agencies like ICE or CBT, just in terms of kind of the increased activity we've been seeing, and to the extent that any of those are allowed, if they can be prohibited, and kind of what the necessary codification would need to be for that. You know, I haven't been in this township that long, you know, most of you have for generations, and the migrant workers are, farm workers are such a strong part of the history here, so I'm sure the township wants to protect them in any way possible, and any constitutional rights people have, so thank you.
Anybody else?
Once again, I am Elise Dvorak, 717 Malice Court. Dennis, I want to reiterate to you and to Public Works the same thing that was just said, that under all of it, we thought that an excellent job was done. So we hear a lot bad, but we do. I just wanted to ask a question or just bring this up, brought to my attention. Unfortunately, I was not able to attend the meeting. I know this is not your board, this was Joint Land Use Board. As a resident in Cider Press, that is directly across from the Vasali land. Last week, there was a Joint Land Use Board meeting. It was a vote on that. I do understand from Mayor Wingate, from your message, we were anticipating what was going to be happening there. However, just a little bit of confusion as to that vote being 4-4, and then the public left, and then there was additional mediation with a new vote that was done closed, and how that happened.
Bill White, 101 Amber Court. Elisa May, thank you very much for a wonderful and spirited presentation. I don't know how I'm gonna follow that. And Dennis, you gotta learn how to take a compliment, because you did do a good job. All right, good.
I smile. Trust me, they're few and far between, so I'll take them when I get them. And I got your email too.
You're burning up my time.
Starting over.
Tonight, I'm looking forward to never getting a Christmas card from the Historical Society ever again. I see that we've extended their lease by another 25 years. They've been there, I think, for 50 years already, since the 1970s. I think they've done an excellent job in terms of Richwood. The outside presentation of Richwood is really professional and attractive, and I just wish we could put 14 of those around the township to act as beacons as to what I call reflecting our values. I'm really impressed with their new building that they have in the back for their surplus materials, in order to what I call maintain and hold on to those for decades, if not longer, for other people to take a look at that we haven't even met yet. The one thing that always never ceases to amaze me is the town hall. Notice I never use the word old, because 100 years from now, then call it old. We have a facility where we never put people into, for the most part. There's a beautiful photograph in there of like a church service from Mount Calvary years and years ago, where you had chairs and people seated. You have a very static second floor where, and I will give a presentation on Sunday after I put together a good presentation. They will see me. that thing should be mobile, pushed out of the way, and actually, seating for memorable events such as for the scouting groups and those types of things. They will never forget their time on the second floor. I do believe that in that lease, I probably would have extended the opportunity for them to take care of the outside of the building, just as they've done in Richmond. I know you can turn around and say that we own the building, but you cannot, like I said, they are a successful group. Let them, hold that beacon, building out as a beacon. Thank you very much, and like I say, I hope I had your Christmas questions too.
Anybody else? Seeing none, can I get a motion to close the public?
Close the public.
Sir, all in favor? All right, starting with Mr. Marcolongo, definitely need more volunteers. I did speak to, David Cohen to see if we can put out maybe a job form maybe, to see if, who will come out and volunteer. Hopefully it's not something that falls into deaf ears, like, everyone always says, hey, I wanna volunteer, and then you put it out there, and then everybody goes crickets. There's a little amount of people do a lot of work for a lot of boards, especially the rec committee. So we'll continue to work with that, and we'll get him to get like a job form or some kind of form to fill out there that will come right back to the rec committee. Mr. Krug, thank you for everything you do on EDC. TD's been filling us in with everything. As far as the policies that were already there for the public session, they were just now being talked about. It was already 3 minutes, it was already, shouldn't be going back and forth, so it was just basically, I don't wanna say reinforced, just refreshing of what has been there for the last several years. And as far as relief for the residents, I believe when we put an article out there in the Sun newspaper, the relief was last year, when we got in here, we wanted to get a full grasp of the overall budget. I knew it's been a lot of hard times on the people over the last couple of years. We wanted to get as much relief, flatline tax. We were fortunate enough to do a minor decrease last year, was phenomenal. But when you are expanding services, yes, it's either one or the other. It's not both, unless you have ratables, which we do not have ratables at this time. That's something else we are going to be proactive in doing, is finding ratables that come into town. Hopefully through EDC, we can attract businesses to Main Street. But as far as this year, it's expanding services. We pay a lot of money to live in Harrison Township, a lot of taxes. Again, only 17% of that total tax bill comes to the township, between the police, dentists, and everything else that, the township has to offer. It's a lot of services already for a little bit of money. So this year, our main goal is to expand services, hopefully get dentists, a couple more guys, get a public works built out a little bit more. Mrs. Ioannis, the chocolate walk, the lights stay up until the chocolate walk every year, which is the second week of February.
And who pays for it though?
They're tied into Atlantic City Pole, correct?
Well, yeah,
How's that
there's a flat fee charge that we pay for all those poles up and down Main Street, so it's not usage based. This year, we shut the tree off earlier than we ever have.
Yeah.
And, we always leave the lights, and they're LED lights, so, it's not very.
I think that tree needs to be trimmed a little bit. You just about see that star.
We said it the last 2 years, so, my company actually goes down.
We're gonna trim it at the bottom.
Do not put that in the paper.
Bottom branches, we're gonna
Yeah.
do bottom branches.
We've been saying for we trimmed it about 5 or 6 years ago, redecorated it, and now the lights are starting to look a little dim, so the lights need to come off.
Yeah, they definitely
Trim it.
come off.
Get good bids.
But all this stuff costs money, so.
Well, Janice, come on now.
All right, so the chocolate walk is this weekend, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the lights will be coming off as of next week. Mr. Murphy, no, thank you for everything you do. And then, what else was there? As far as, Brian, do you want to speak on the federal enforcement? I know the township doesn't stand in front of
Yeah,
any
so
federal agency.
I'm not aware that our police have had any interaction, any requests or anything like that. I'm not aware that we even have a policy on it, but I would say if the time comes, we'll address it at that time, but right now, it's not been an issue for
Vasali J-Love vote, which was an interesting meeting. I think, I said at the meeting, you know, I think we all feel the same way about this project. Unfortunately, this goes back to our third round of COA, having 102 units placed on this parcel. She is allowed to technically build 508 units. Does she have to go out for 508? No, she just has to do the 102. So do I ultimately think it comes down to greed? I do. It's not a right fit for our town in that area. We're already backed up as it is with traffic. We can't afford to have another light. The schools aren't funded properly to have another 1,000 kids come through the school. So that's, you know, one of the reasons why we denied it, multiple reasons why we denied it last year. Then she were there, I guess the way that the vote went down was their attorney, it went to a 4-4 tie. If the project was denied, the catastrophic, and I will say catastrophic risks of what would happen to Harrison Township would be a lot of builder revenue lawsuits coming in. And I guess the best way to describe it, any vacant parcel of land, no matter what the zoning is, they could come in and build, Brian, high density housing, commercial, residential, R2, R1, they could just come in and say, hey, we would lose our immunity as a town at that point. And they would come in and just, there would be 10 of those projects.
And if there was no infrastructure there, we would be forced to put the infrastructure in.
Right, cause you have to have sewer.
Sewer.
Right?
You gotta have sewer and water, and generally has to be in proximity to amenities, shopping, things like that.
So after it was 4-4, their attorneys did ask our attorney to reconsider a vote and have a vote. We went into closed session, and that's, you know, basically we came out of closed session and was what is best for the town at the end of the day. Is it one of these projects where hopefully the county and states to hold us up in some capacity? We're all hoping, I mean, just being bluntly honest with it, or deny it and have 10 of these come in. So it was the lesser of two evils, I guess, at that point. So I guess at this point now, it'll go in front of the county, go in front of the state, and then come back to us for the major and final subdivision. And site plan, right?
Yeah, can I just add, like, the way it went down, it was very strange, because it was kind of a long emotional evening, and then we did the vote, and, you know, all the residents primarily cleared out, and then the other attorney came up. So it wasn't like it was anything kind of planned, and then at that point, we didn't even have an executive session on the agenda. We had to request, you know, do all that. So it was kind of just the optics of it weren't great, but it was just the way the events happened.
Like theoretically, the way the litigation mediation works with fair share housing, after we denied it back in the beginning of the year, and then it got challenged, there was a series of meetings with fair share housing, the applicant, township, all that, everything was agreed upon and settled. And then is what they have is this Whispering Woods hearing where basically is a case law, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong, that codifies the agreement that has already been made. So technically, we all should have voted yes to approve it, but people have feelings, and you know, it just their testimony that night was just not even great. But it was all what we already agreed to. They really didn't have to present any testimony, to be honest.
Yeah, it's just, you know, we sit there, you count the parking spots, and like, oh, 2.5 cars, and like, well, is a found car going to pull in? It's just, the math doesn't matter.
You know, and looking at it based on the heels of last weekend with the snow, we all like, what's this gonna look like when we get 12 inches of snow? You know?
So that's where we're at with this application, and hopefully some kind of good news, or, you know, I did plead for the landowner to change her mind on the number of units. You know, she can control this at the end of the day. So let's see what happens here.
And thank you for that, Mayor, because I thought that was really powerful that you did that. I really did appreciate that, because there are, you know, we have to, obviously, we need to see what, you know, the county and the state are gonna say, but she does have some control over it, and, you know, there is an accountability issue there, you know?
And then, Mr. White, the outside of the building, I did talk to Dave Tinney last week. I know they want to start working on the outside of that building. They did save some boards from a building that was torn down up the street that they think that they can scrape and replace some of the boards, and they just wanna obviously look at some funding.
Yeah, so we definitely have to move on getting it scraped and painted this year.
Yes.
But, you know, with the limited funds that we have, that's money that's been set aside for that project. It's just, it's a big job, it's nothing we can do. It's gonna have to go out and bid. You know, I think, last time we had it assessed, is that most of the boards, we did some repairs a year or so ago, tighten some things up, close some holes up. Most of the boards are still in good condition, they just need to be scraped and media blasted or something to get them down and they're good for the primer.
Anything from the board? Comments, questions, concerns? Can I get a motion and second to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thanks.